Fellow fight fans, what up? It's your boy MMT, and let's talk fights. I have a problem I want to talk about. I know it's not the bumps going on downstairs that I'm talking about. It's eye pokes in the UFC, and I'm tired of them affecting outcomes of fights. But before I dive deeper into that topic, a word from our sponsor, Fart Filter. Are you tired of smelly farts ruining dates, friendships, work events, your life? If so, I have the perfect product for you, today's sponsor, Fart Filters, the personal flatulence plug. Inserts in only about 3 seconds. My favorite scent is vanilla, and it is incredible. If you're interested in this product, click on the link in the bio. Back to the topic at hand, eye pokes. We've seen it in the last few weeks affecting outcomes of fights. Song Yadong versus Henry Cejudo, Manel Kape versus that guy he fought. We've seen it affecting fights, and it's not right. It should be an automatic point deduction, and I know that may seem harsh. But the reality of the situation is if your fingers aren't like this, then they cannot poke someone in the eye. You need some sort of deterrent to prevent eye pokes. Unless your name is John Jones, the biggest eye poking scumbag cheater in the history of the sport,
Cormier is saying before the fight that I'll end up poking him in the eyes at some point. And the reason why he says that is because I do poke people in the eyes. And it's very illegal, but I do it.
you're not going to want to eye poke your opponent. It almost always ruins the fight. It always leads to the fighter who was eye poked having a lower chance of victory. And it's almost every single time. We saw it with Israel Adesanya versus Nasruddin Imavov a couple weeks ago. He gets eye poked. 10 seconds later, gets knocked out. Do you think that's a coincidence? It's not a coincidence. We've seen it time and time again. DC versus Stipe. We've seen it so many times with eye pokes. And the simple fact of the matter is, they're preventable. Mr. Trevor Whitman has created his own technology for the gloves that Justin Gaethje, Kamaru Usman, many other fighters have raved about. Joe Rogan tried them on his podcast when Trevor was the guest, and he raved about them. He said, "Oh my God, it keeps your fingers shut in a fist shape."
I have maintained, and I still do, that Trevor Whitman makes the fucking best MMA gloves that have ever existed. And I think that everybody should use those gloves. I put those Onyx gloves on before. They make your hand completely curved. They still allow grappling, but it keeps your hand like this where you don't have as many eye pokes.
Now, the UFC refuses to do business with Trevor Whitman unless he signs over the rights to the technology. Trevor Whitman says, "Why would I do that? I'm offering you a way to protect your athletes. I'm offering you some sort of deal, but I need to own my technology." And they said, "Nope, we're just going to keep doing business as usual. We're going to not protect our athletes. We're going to allow eye pokes to keep happening, all for the sake of profit." And it's pretty disgusting. But simply said, and the point of this video is it needs to be an automatic point deduction because although they are accidental, like I said, most of the time, unless your name is John Duck Jones, that piece of shit.
Oh, yeah, right in there, man. At a distance where he can kick Glover where Glover can't kick him. Glover saying he was accidentally poked.
Jones put his finger in his eye. Dirtiest fighter in MMA.
Very bad position where he is fully mounted, but that one elbow connected with the right side of the face of Rampage. Rampage is bleeding.
And his fingers were definitely in his face.
Keeping him at distance with the so strong. He will try to sweep or he will try to switch to a leg. To the spin in this fight from Gustafsson. What an incredible fight. Hold on, you got poked.
Well, you're not meaning to eye poke. However, it's still happening, and it still needs to be punished. It's not like a groin strike. A groin strike occurs because you're throwing a kick. Your opponent is a moving target. They happen accidentally, for sure. An eye poke, there's no excuse to have your fingers out, ever. Ever. So where does this leave us? Well, the UFC either needs to get better gloves, or they need to create stricter, harsher rules about eye pokes. Because I am sick and tired of eye pokes affecting UFC fights. And I know the athletes feel even stronger about it. Imagine you're Henry Cejudo. You're training for 2-3 months to fight Song Yadong. You're at the end of your career. You want to make one last run. And then because of eye pokes, you now suffered a loss. It's not right. It's egregious. It's horrible. And I'm sick of it. Let me know what you guys think. What is the solution to stopping the eye pokes, this horrible epidemic in our beautiful sport? And as always, I appreciate your view. Subscribe if you liked the video. I promise to keep rolling out great content for you guys. And that's all I got. MMT out.